Hi, everyone, and we're very happy to see you today. Welcome to iSpring webinar series, where we talk about e-learning trends, share iSpring tips and tricks, and cover clients' cases. My name is Alice, and I will be the moderator for today's session. And today we're happy to do e-learning course crash test and share with you how to make your courses look better and more professional. To do that, we've invited our senior course developer at iSpring, Anna. Hi, Anna. How are you today?
Hi, Alice. I'm doing great and I'm so excited to start our webinar. And how are you doing?
Great, thank you. So, Anna will review some of your courses that we received prior to the webinar, and will share some life hacks on how to make them even more engaging. And I'm super excited to give the mic over to you, Anna.
Okay, so hello everyone once again. So we are starting our crash test. Today we will take a look at some wonderful work of course developers who boldly send us their courses. So first of all, we really want to send you a huge thank you for doing that. Just because of you, this webinar is happening right now. During this hour, we will share our tips and tricks on how to create courses. We will take a look at the basic design rules that improves the quality of your courses. So today we will have 4 courses. First, I will show you the original course. Then we will see how the same course could look like if iSpring course developers work on them. We will also take a look at some details in the course and on specific slides. But before we proceed to the analysis of the first course, I want to ask you a question. So, what do you think qualifies a course develop? What qualities do you think a course developer should have? Can you please ask that question in the chat and let us know what you think about this? Creativity, yes. Expertise, yep. Awesome. Okay, so I will give you a couple more seconds to answer that question. Communication skill, patience, expert knowledge, yes. Awesome. Clear and easy to understand. Great. Thank you so much for all of your answers and for all of your ideas. I totally agree with everything you mentioned because it's very important to the course developers to have PowerPoint skill, to be easy to understand, to have a clear communication skills, and for sure, we cannot forget about creativity and patience for sure. But from my own opinion, as a course developer should also be caring. So course developers do not just transfer text and pictures to slides. They do not just design the course as a just add a couple of questions at the end of the course. Course developers think about the person who will take this course, whether the course will be convenient, understandable, interesting, useful for learners. A caring course developer always keep in mind that the student will be completely alone with his computer or smartphone. Therefore, course developers think about the possible issues and difficulties that learners may have and do anything to avoid them. So now let's see how this care can be shown from an online course. So here we have the first course from our customer. This is a fire safety course. It's great that psychology of the color is taken into consideration. The design really fits the theme. With color, we can create a certain mood. And in this course, the red and orange colors create a feeling of kind of anxiety and draw attention to important topics of the course. It is important to remember, but red is the most exciting of all the colors of the spectrum. And it will not be the best solution to use red in courses where you need to create a feeling of calmness and confidence. For example, let's say in a course about emotional intelligence, this color will not be longer appropriate. Um, as per this course, I can recommend to create a more compact arrangement of content. As you can see right now, its text is very stretched across the slide. Because of this, is very little free space left. It is difficult for our brain to perceive information in this form as there is a lot of information. I recommend that at least 20% of the slide must be blank. So to do that, you can increase the indents from edges of the slide to the text and slightly reduce the font. Let's see how this can reduce cognitive load. So I will go to the next slide and show you what we did. So we added, first of all, we added the title slide. We also rearranged the content, but let's go slide by slide. As per the first slide, the title slide, there was no title slide in the original course. That's why we added it. It is essential for the course to have a cover because it helps learner to better understand what to expect. The essence of the course should be absorbed by learners almost immediately. So it will be great if you also add some additional information to the title course. Let's say course duration, audio or video presence, level of complexity, let's say all the details which will help your learner to prepare to take in the course will be very useful here. Uh, Also, we added another important part, another important component of the course is a course player. At the bottom of the slide, right now, right here, we can see preview and next buttons. But on the title slide, we additionally added the start button. So we already involved learners in learning because they need to click to proceed to the next slides. As per the content on the slide about fire, we arranged content and added more space to the slide, so now it's kind of breathe. Let's compare two slides. Let me go to the next slide. Right here. On the left, it's how that slide looks before, and on the right, how it looks after. So here we added some sequence. People always favor the order because it makes things more comprehensible. And to organize content, we applied a great technique called visual hierarchy. This technique is initially based on Gestalt psychology theory, which examines users' visual perception of elements in relation to each other and show how people tend to unify the visual elements into groups. Visual hierarchy strives at presenting the content that way that so learners could comprehend the level of importance for each element. It organized components so that the brain could distinguish the objects on the basis of their formatting differences, such as size, color, contrast, style, and etc. So let's have a look. The title now have more weight than the main text before of the difference in font size and style. So how do you like this transformation? Let us know in the chat, and if you have um, your own ideas on how you can improve this slide, we would love to hear them. So let us know. And while we move on to the next slide, let's also compare two more slides from that exact same course. On the left, the information is presented on four separated slides. We have packaged them the same information for all four slides using interactions in iSpring Suite. Why did we do that? So, firstly, it saves a lot of time since since such interaction can be created in iSpring Suite just in a couple of minutes. Secondly, this way of presenting information is more engaging for our students. So users need to click on the picture to see its description. Users can control and view interaction at their own pace. Plus, the student gets a feeling that he's studying the information in portions within one slide. And this is definitely easier for our brain than study just four separated slides. So, can you let me know if you have already tried creating iSpring interactions? If not, I will highly recommend you to do that, and we can take a look at that and how to do that at the end of our session today. But let me know if you already have it experienced. Yes, okay, awesome. As far as I can see, our customers have tried interaction so far. Okay, so let's move on.
Oh,
Let's
and
move on.
before we move on, let's cover a few questions. Uh,
Sure.
let me just ask. So Leonie asked, "What is the smallest font size you suggest for content?"
Once again.
What is the smallest size of the font that we can use for the presentation? Is
Well,
it 16, I think, or I'm mistaken?
yes, that's no less than 16 because it depends, for sure, it depends on your course. And sometimes you need to use a bigger font. Also, if you use if you have this font, if your courses are played not only on a computer but on mobile devices too, you need to test it out and see which exactly like font size works best for you. But we usually recommend to use minimum 16.
Okay, thank you. And the another question was from Nabila. Which interaction? Oh, which interaction type for this slide? For the
For
second slide, yeah.
for this slide, we selected hotspot and we take the original picture, like this triangle, from the original course which our customer sent to us. But this is hotspot.
Okay, I think we're done for now. So let's move on.
Okay, so I will move on to the next slide. Oh, mhm. And we will move on to the next course. The cover of the course looks neat. The fonts are very well used. With this slide as an example, I want to remind you how important it is to use an adequate number of different fonts in the course. So preferably in the one course, we need to use no more than two different fonts. This makes the course neat and enjoyable to watch. As we mentioned before, um, as per the size of the font, we need to recommend minimum 16. Um, but for sure, if you're doing the course at the same time for passing both from smartphones and computers, it can be a like more difficult task. So you need to analyze your audience as for any other course that you create. And in this case, I would like to recommend that you test out the course yourself before you release it to people so you can see what fonts will work fine and what exact font size you need to use. Um, Also, in this course, we have an outline and it's great. However, I need to note that you need to type in titles for each slide that you have in the outline. So you don't have any dashes on your outline. Um, This again speaks about our concern for the student. Additionally, on the outline, you can also hide some slides or show them just to make it more easier to user to navigate through the slide. The next thing that I need to mention is about ratio of the slide. So PowerPoint can open a standard slide format for 3 by default, but it's better not to use in it for a training course, since it's more like a square in shape, and um, therefore it will not be very convenient to view this course on mobile devices. So this is kind of older format, and sometimes, but it still kind of works great for some projectors if you use it in your work. To make it more comfortable to make your course look better on any device, we recommend to use widescreen format, so it will be 16:9. This will expand the boundaries of the slide, and you can add more space for, you will have more space for text, pictures, and different graphics. So now let's see what the same course will look like given all the points that we list above. So I will go to the next slide. So here we inspired by the Microsoft website and chose a lighter color theme for the course. But I need to note one important thing. We always decide on the color theme and fonts before we start assembling the course. So we do not end up with a mix of different styles just within one course. It is important to maintain unity. We also edited the outline. So we added titles, we set up nesting, and we also removed slide thumbnails. So this made the outline more accurate. So why did we use nesting here? So if you have a lot of slides in your presentation, it will be much easier for users to navigate through the modules. It will be much convenient and easier to perceive the information that you include into your course. One module, like here, is for one topic of the course. How do you like it so far? Did you use this option before, and did you ever use outline in your courses? Feel free to let us know. We are so eager to hear about that and discuss it. It's very interesting for us. Okay, and while you're sharing your feedback, I will go to the next slide. Here we go. So we go back to the title slide. Okay, we go back on the title slide. This is slide before all the transformations. Now if we move for, I will go to the next slide. This is how it will work, uh, how it will look after we make all the changes that we wanted. So sometimes reducing the number of objects on the slide, we can improve the overall picture. So in this slide, nothing distracts us from the main topic. Let's go ahead. So this is another slide from the same course. We can see character here, but it's great. Characters can cause empathy. So we're going through the past of our character, or characters can be learners' assistants from throughout the course. So these and other scenarios can be great examples of storytelling, which engage our learners a lot. Also, this slide appeared like in new colors, which was not previously in the course. What does our brain think at such moments? So it seems that we switched to some completely different course, and the visual connection can be lost. So when you create your course, please make sure that the slides are united visually. So let's take a look at the alternative design for this slide. So here we've chosen a character that fits better with the color theme of the course, and also we divided um, text into semantic parts. The first one is the call outs, so only the phrases of character, and also we separated text which no longer applies to the speech directly. Okay, let's go to the next slide. This slide has a title which is great. The title helps to orientate on the slide to understand what is the key idea here. Often in courses, you can find slides without a title, and which is which is not very caring. Um, but moreover, a slide without the title will take the student much more time to understand what will be discussed here. However, on this exact slide, we have too much information. And in this case, if you feel like this, try to stick to one useful rule. One slide, one key idea. When we have a lot of key points on one slide or a lot of text on the one slide, it will be harder to focus on all the information all at once. That's why we um, that's why we recommend to set up one key for one each slide for one key point. And this is why you need to divide information into manageable chunks. So we will, in this case, we will be sure that they did our best to present the information in the very best way we can. Um, to apply one slide, one key idea rule, we can go back to interactions in iSpring Suite. So this is how all the information can be packaged with interactions. What is interactions? I need to mention that. Interactions are basically just templates, and you just need to fill it out with your content, and that's it. The rest of the work will be on iSpring. Uh, so you just need to select the type of interactivity you would like to use. Add your text, adjust colors, maybe some audio, video, or pictures, and that's it. Now, with interactions, our available information is presented in portions and does not overload the student. Plus, by clicking on the buttons in interactions, he interact more with the content and engagement grows. Now the student is not just a passive listener. Okay, we will go to the next slide. So this is a new course by the author of the previous course. Therefore, the recommendations for the cover of the course will be the same as before. So content, you need to make sure that you selected the correct font and font size on the slide. Um, So the content slides have the same style. So we will of this course. So we will take a look at one. So we only will improve one slide to see and apply it to the entire course after that. Okay. So we did not change the cover, but we will go to content slides. All content slides include videos. So we are going to update the content part. Uh, we made the course more engaging. Okay, this is how it will look after we work on content slides. So we made the course more engaging because now to view video on the slide, users need to click on a button. And now the fact that you click have become more obvious. We also added a trigger, but triggers the video start. And in order to focus on the video, we made the background black. Okay, let's go to the next course. This course from another author, and in this course, as in the previous two, there is a voiceover. I'm afraid that you cannot hear it right now, but this definitely here, trust me. Therefore, only key ideas are located on the slides. So that's a great idea. If you have a voiceover and at the same time you place some text on the slide, then in this case, we place only key points on the slide or somehow show visual information in order to influence different channels of information perception. So in this course, also some slide templates from our content library was used, and it's great that you using this option. Content library includes some slide templates, so you just need to download it, change the text, change the picture, and that's it. Content library can help you quickly package your content without wasting time on the design. However, we strongly recommend that you use only one template in the course, so there's no clutter of the styles. After all, each template has its own set of fonts and its own color theme. So in the training course, it is important to ensure that we have no more than two fonts and the color theme is designed in the same style for the first to the last slide. Um, the cover already looks good in this course, but we thought that we still can upgrade it. So let me show you what we did on the next slide. So this is how the title slide looks now. We replaced the stock image with a video. Video was from the author's website, so we didn't steal anything. um, a video is used as a background is a great way to grab users' attention. But we recommend it only for title slides of the course. There is no so much content and basically just a title. Okay, so how do you like this slide? Is it will this work for your courses if you use video on the title or not? Let us know in the chat. Oh, Simone, thank you so much. Okay, let's move forward. Let's compare two slides from this course. On the left, a picture with white people was added, which can be found on any website with pictures. This is now kind of old-fashioned style. So we took a photo, but it's closer to reality. There are many resources with high-quality free photos, for example, unsplash.com, or I believe that Alice can share some additional web resources in the chat regarding this and send you a link. Um, for more comfortable perception of the text, icons have been added right here. You can download similar icons from the iSpring's content library and recolor them in the desired color if needed. So right now, you don't even need to search and download them from external resources. You can just open iSpring content library and that's it. So now let's go to the next course. So by tradition, we start with the title slide. On this slide in general, everything looks good. The text is well read. This is a visual hierarchy, but it lacks navigation and more compact text layout. So let me show you what we changed here. This is what this title slide looks like after some minor changes. So we added a clear idea between two main elements, the text and the picture. Clear area lets content improve. So you can use this trick in your courses. So make sure to avoid clutter to help your audience stay focused with less effort. As per player, we didn't show the outline on the right side right now. We just added some navigation bar at the bottom right here. Okay. Next, we have a series of slides that are related in minutes. So if you want, you can set up navigation with hyperlinks. By clicking on a specific area on the slide, your user will be forwarded to another slide in your presentation. But again, we recommend taking a closer look at the interactions in iSpring Suite because they're ideal for packaging this kind of content. So let's see how we can convert these slides into one interaction. So right now, this is how it will look like. Um, we selected tabs for this exact slide, for this exact course, but you can select whichever interactions you want from the available in iSpring Suite. So now learners can view the information in order or in any order they prefer to see. Okay, so that's it for now, and I hope that you found this webinar useful. If you have any questions or any feedback, you're most welcome to share it with us. And right now, I believe that we are ready to answer your questions.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for your presentation. And let's have a quick look. We had some comments here regarding the previous courses. Um, yeah, Nadine is saying that she's loved using the feature when you add video, I guess, right, to the introduction slide. And Susan also saying that it's very good inviting introduction to learners. What else we have here? Yeah, there was a question about background music, right? And I guess my colleague Valerie already answered that. Well, let me just read that. Music is a great addition to your course. And if you have audio or video narration in your course, it's important to use music without words. But this music should suit the course content. And also, please make sure that you will reduce the sound to 5 to 10%. Okay. Um, then we have another question from Nadine. Nadine is asking, can we, I guess, change the speed of text to when we use text to speech function?
So then you add a text-to-speech using iSpring. If you're talking about iSpring, you can change speed directly in iSpring Cam Pro, then save it and apply it and add it as a narration using Manage Narration. So to change the speed of the audio or video, you need to do that in iSpring Cam Pro. You can, there is no option available directly in text to speech, but you can still do that and say the output audio and video and upload it to your managed narration. Cam Pro is a part of iSpring Suite Max package. This is a tool for editing out audio and video, and it also allows you to screen share. Um, to record screen of your computer to create like video tutorials.
Okay, great. Thank you, Anna. Great, we have questions, so let me see. Ashley is asking, how do you keep the camera video quality when you publish?
So when you publish your courses with iSpring, you can set up quality settings in the publishing window. But as far as I can see, you mentioned that everything works great while preview and the issue comes up only after publishing. So in this case, you can send us a sample of your project. So we will take a look at that, send it to our technical support team. So we will definitely figure it out and fix it.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question from Kajin. Um, what do you think of using many animations? Does it make it better or worse? What do you think?
For sure, as for me, it depends on the type of animations you're using. Also, it depends of your target audience. Um, let's say if you talk about older people, sometimes it's not that necessary. But if you want to, let's say using triggers is different than just using um, any basic appear animation. So it depends on your purpose, how you would like the course to work. Let's say if something just should appear only by clicking on somewhere on your slide and not. The thing is that when you have a lot of animations, it can be kind of hard to manage them all at once and to do not mess up everything. But I personally really love animations, but for sure they can be, you don't need to overwork with it. You just need to be very careful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anna. Um, thank you guys for being so active. Let's take a look at another question. Amanda is asking, do you have any suggestions for when you need to deliver a lot of text on the slide? Example, showing a process or procedure.
So to do that, you can use iSpring. You can use iSpring interactions. But if you don't have an iSpring, you can just create um, we also then you have a lot of text of the slide. For sure, it's better to divide it into pieces and create several slides from one. So in this case, it will help learners to get the information better, and it will become more easy to understand and more structured in this course, um, in this case. So you can use this tabs interaction in iSpring, or you can just um, break one slide into several ones, just to make it easier for learners to understand each topic and be able to identify what is very like the main idea and what is just a text, this explanation of everything is, let's say, for this type of process.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Yeah, I think the golden rule here is to keep everything simple for learners, and iSpring interactions will definitely come in handy here.
Sure.
Lou is asking, can you publish to any LMS or just select once from the drop-down menu?
So when you publish to an LMS, first of all, you need to double check that what format of courses is supported there. With iSpring, you can publish your courses to SCORM 1.2, to SCORM 2004, to SEMI 5, to AICC, to XAPI. So before you publish the course, you need to double check with your LMS what format of courses it supports.
Mhm. Thank you. Another question, does iSpring have a built-in text-to-speech function? Yes, we do have. Yeah, and you can find it in iSpring Campro, um, right in iSpring Suite, right?
Yes, you can also use this option for adding voiceovers to your slides and manage narration too.
Mm-hmm. Great. Another question. Do you have a recommendation on how long a video should be in a course? Is it better to have more videos of shorter lengths in a course or just one video?
So I refer to videos on the slide, or mean videos for um, video narrations. So there can be kind of difference between it. Also, some of our customers are just using add a very long video on the slide, and that's actually it. But if you have a lot of slides and you would like to divide information, I would personally recommend that you make maybe 7-10 minutes video per slide, and that's it. So it will not take that much time to view it. So it will not be that hard and that scary for users to view videos. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Patrick is asking what format are PowerPoint files after we use iSpring Intake? Can it still be saved as PPT, PPTX, etc.?
So when you publish iSprint, then you add an iSprint elements, let's say interactions, and after that publish a course, it will be HTML5 format, not PPTX, because interactions which were inserted with iSprint will not work in PowerPoint standard format.
Okay, great. If we use text to speech and we have a video in our PPT, how do we synchronize the speech to the video? Can we do that?
So do you mean the video on the slide? Um, if yes, you just need to, I'm afraid with currently we don't have an option to do that. As a solution, you can add a video and add your text to speech in iSpring Cam Pro and edit it there and synchronize it there. But if you have like separated video on the slide and let's say um, audio in managed narration, I'm afraid it's not possible to synchronize them because if the user pauses the video, the narration will still go in.
Great, thank you. And there was also a question about either any website or source where you can get more ideas or creativity of making slides, kind of demo or free developed slides. And here I would like to let you know, guys, that a video course with Anna will come out very, very soon, where she will also share some tips and life hacks on how to make your courses better, and we'll share also some ideas of or creativity of making slides. So if you're interested in that, in learning more about that course, feel free to let us know. You can email us to sales at iSpring or directly to me at alice.shaw, and I will be sure to get back to you on that course. Liliana is asking, with PPT slide, they can be used as a handbook for participants to have a copy of. Will iSpring have this functionality available, taking into account the interactions? Either a way to just have the text available.
So if you want, you can in iSpring, we have an option for iSpring Suite. Within iSpring Suite, we have option to add resources to your courses. So in this case, on the player at the top, you will see as a resources button. If you click here, your learners click here, they will be able to download attached documents. So you can create a handbook, or let's say you can create a PDF or your presentation or just a text and attach it to your course. So users will always be able to download.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much. I think we covered all questions for now. Thank you so much for being so active and sending so many questions. Okay, so great, guys. I think it's time to wrap up our session for now. Again, thank you so much, Anna, for your presentation. Thank you guys for coming, for spending hopefully this valuable hour with us. Um, Also, if you already use iSpring, just so you know, we are going to release a new version in September. So stay tuned and take advantage of all new functions that will be released. Mm, Thank you and have a great day.